everybody. I am your Immortal Afro Josh. You are watching Immortal Afro Gaming, where we will make gaming niche again. I am joined by two co-hosts today, H3 the Game, Herb, and Karoki Samurai. Guys, how are you doing today?
Ooh, feeling good, man. Feeling good. I'm ready to get into this. I'm always ready for it, man. Let's go.
Well,
Excited
we
to be
got
a
quite a
part
few
of this
things.
stream.
Yes, thank you for joining us for the first time today. A first special episode of IAG Live, talking about all things gaming and entertainment. Thank you for joining us, Black Temple Karaoke. So, we got a few interesting topics to go over today. First and foremost, we must extend our greatest gratitudes to the one and the only Matt Pat of
Oh
Game
man.
Theory. So,
Sad news. Sad news.
bittersweet. I wouldn't say sad, but it's one of those things, and it kind of reminds you of your how long it's really been. And Herb, I see you got a
Yeah.
thing up. You want to go
Uh,
ahead and add that?
yeah, it's go ahead and bring me up. I think I've added it. Um
All
but
right,
yeah, so give me 1 second.
all right.
This is an article by Game Rant by Caitlin. And it talks about Matt Pat announces his retirement from the game theory. So, oh my God, it's such
Yeah.
And
sad
and
news.
you know what? Not just him either.
Mm. Who
Is it
else
not
was
just
it?
him?
No, there's other people that work with him that are also leaving the company as well. I don't know
Uh,
their names in particular, but it's more than just him.
Sad,
Uh,
sad news. But this article starts with beloved gaming YouTuber Matt Pat has announced his retirement from his channel. The game theorist made popular for his deep exploration of intricacies of video game lores and theories. Matt Patrick, or Matthew Patrick, has been the host of the game theorist for the last 13 years. Oh my God. At
Mm.
the time of writing, his channel has amassed 18.4 million subscribers and is a staple in the gaming community on YouTube. 18.4 million subscribers. Good lord.
that is nothing to scoff at because the first time I watched Matthew Patrick was it was one of my it was when I first discovered him. It was his game theory episode on Final Fantasy VII, which I really liked. Like when I first saw that, I was in, like, subscribed ever since. And some of his theories have been hit and miss, but the thing that I realized about game theory is that they've always been really more entertaining, just to kind of dress up the idea of some of the theories that have been going on. And
Yeah.
he's definitely succeeded in that.
I think one of the first videos I watched from him was the Mario theory videos where like it'll go over if like Bowser and Peach and if there's a conspiracy with those two,
Yeah.
and then
Game
the
theory.
yeah, and then the Five Nights at Freddy's like theories. I wasn't even
Wow.
into. I didn't even know what Five Nights at Freddy's was until I watched Game Theories.
That shows you
And
how old that game is.
yeah, and he would go into the theories and actually being right about some of his theories into the series, which is like crazy. But
Yeah.
Matt Pat, he's definitely one of those YouTubers that make you want to do YouTube. Like he is one of those guys for me. So it really hurts me to see him go because like he inspired me so much to even do what I'm doing now when it comes to YouTube.
Yeah, and it's really good to see like all his hard work really pay off all the way up until like him being featured in a full length movie. Like he was in the Five Nights at Freddy movie.
What? He was in that? Really?
Yeah, he had a
What?
cameo. Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
like it was really cool, and of course, that movie went on to completely smash their box office projections, and which definitely means they're going to get a second movie. But to see someone like him start from where he was and get up to where he is now, it's really like it's really cool because it just kind of reminds you, like, dude, like, some hard work does pay off, and if you stick to your craft, he hasn't really had much in the way of controversy that I can think of that would knock off most YouTubers, but No, he stayed to himself, has a beautiful wife and a child and a family man. It's like, man, like
Yeah,
he is a really good positive influence when it comes
yeah,
to YouTubers.
yeah. I agree. And man, it's just so hard to see him leave, man. And according to this article, I think the channel is still gonna be around, but it's gonna be ran by other people, which is not gonna be the same at
No.
all.
It's not, and it's one of those things where you kind of wish it would be, but it just won't. But I'll stick around for a little bit after just to kind of see where it goes because these channels are his legacy, and I wouldn't want it to just turn to dust because like he did what anyone would do. Like you put in so much work and time into this stuff, and he never missed a beat. Like for 15 years posting long form, full edited videos, like dude is a workhorse, and he
Yeah,
built his empires. Like
Best
he's the
believe it's going to
real.
be preserved. You know what I mean? It's not going to go
mhm,
anywhere. I'm pretty sure there's going to always be some kind of collection of all his best videos from the very beginning. So,
Yeah,
it'll
and
always be there.
this is following not too far after the another YouTuber who also retired named Tom Scott, and he was kind of like
Oh,
general YouTuber. He talked about a lot of random stuff and did a lot of crazy things in his videos, and
yeah.
he even Matt Pat referenced him in his you know in his goodbye video. He's like, yeah, because Tom Scott, just like Matt Pat, been doing this for like over a decade.
yeah,
People
So.
that would probably not be recognized by the people who are watching YouTube today, you know what I mean? Like the younger
yeah.
people.
Hmm.
And so his reasoning for stepping down is he wanted to spend more time with his son and his family. So that's 100% a great reason to kind of step down,
That's
because
honorable, bro.
yeah, it's very honorable. And just reading his quote, he said, "I love you guys. I do. You're not just numbers. You're not just an added impressions. You're not just merch sales. What you have done for me and what I've done for you is special." I sincerely believe he means that. Like
Yeah.
for real.
Like I say, he's one of the few YouTubers who's just like that's him. Like the way he is, like that is actually him. Like he is legitimate. He's the real deal, and definitely somebody I wouldn't mind, getting to meet one day. Just like I'd
And it's
rather
very,
meet him over somebody like I don't know Kevin Hart or some shit.
yeah.
Because like I don't care about these Hollywood celebrities, but YouTube celebrities are a lot closer down to earth to like regular people because that's how they started.
Yeah.
So
So to Matt Pat, man, if you ever watch this, thank you for everything you've done. Thank you for inspiring me. All your entertaining videos. I watched a lot of them. Great work, great content, and hopefully I can maybe do 1 or 2% of what you've done. So thank you, and man, rest easy.
yeah, Godspeed, Space Cowboy. But well, moving on to some of the gaming news. Where should we start? Where should we start indeed? Well, let's go ahead and get some good news out the way. So
Oh,
Twitch apparently has been laying off some of their staff. And the numbers are kind of vary like the I'm not gonna show the video like I just learned about this, but I'm going to go ahead and present it to thy. This is a video from Clownfish TV, sent to me by a good friend, good old Young Sykes. He may join us later. But you'll see here, Twitch is on fire. Amazon lays off 35% of their staff. And this is specifically from Twitch.
wow.
Now,
I
and
wonder why.
I love this right here. Oh dear, like for those who know. But so I haven't seen the video, and we'll probably look at a little snippet of it. Of course, if you want to watch it yourself, check it out. It's Clownfish TV. And so we're gonna just speculate. I don't have an article up for this yet, but we're just gonna speculate as to why something like this could have happened. So,
So who,
what do you think?
like just guesses, like straight up guesses.
Yeah, let's just speculation.
So Twitch is owned by Amazon, right? I think some higher big wigs up in Amazon, like, hey, you guys are, not doing too well. We need to let some of these people go.
Hmm.
Some of these decisions that you guys are making are not in the best interest of the channel. Let's let some people go and move forward.
Hmm. I think that's more than likely what
Too
it is.
too many cooks in the kitchen.
Not only that, but maybe there's like a mismanagement of what's important. I don't think because Amazon very much falls in line with a lot of the woke nonsense. So, but just like when it comes to stuff like this, a lot of because Eric D. July talks about this a lot: diversity, equity, and inclusion. And the problem with that is that you start creating a bunch of worthless jobs that don't really add anything of value to workflow or viability. And I think those are likely the jobs that have been getting cut because there's a
Mm.
lot of people who work at, not just Twitch, but a lot of uh, tech savvy, companies where you have the regular people who do the maintenance and stuff, the engineering front, the back end, but you just have a lot of freaking weirdos just roaming the area doing a whole lot of nothing. Because like when Elon
Mhm.
Musk bought Twitter, and he fired like what was it, like 70-80% of the staff, and it's
Mhm.
like there's that many people working there doing absolutely fucking nothing, contributing nothing, and now he got rid of like all those people, and Twitter's been running just fine ever since.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Yeah.
very 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 peculiar. But with people like the deer lady person guy thing, I don't know what that was. With people like that working there, it's no
Damn.
surprise that they end up cutting jobs that don't really amount to much, seemingly. So overall, good news. Like, will it fix Twitch? Probably not. But
Hell
you
no.
know, it's a start, step in the right direction, I guess. Don't
Twitch
want to be
needs
too
to be
greedy.
broken down and rebuilt from the ground up, man.
Either that or just
Uh-huh. Or
just
just
starting
go
over
somewhere
somewhere
else.
else.
Yep.
Yep.
That's the two options there, because honestly, and this shit look like a dead end situation. I mean, look at how many Twitch content creators are leaving the platform and actually starting to stream on YouTube and other streaming sites like Kick. Kick's got a streaming site now. Like nobody's starting to use Twitch anymore.
Well, not only that, I think one of the most significant or a significant streamer, Penguin Zero, he announced this like a few months back where he was just like, yeah, I opt
Oh
out
yeah,
of the rest
Moist
of his
Critical.
yeah, he pretty much nuked the remainder of his Twitch contract, and he was like, yeah, I just want to stream on YouTube.
And
And
it's
since
working.
then, yeah, he's been enjoying some pretty good success just on YouTube.
Mm.
So Twitch is kind of running out of options when it comes to keeping certain people in order to have the platform float, unless they're just going to turn into a porn site, which they've been flirting with for the better part of 3
I
months
mean,
now.
what was
Yeah.
it like the last stream y'all was talking about how was it last stream when it was something about Twitch Twitch was lowering down the what kind of content you can what kind of nasty content you can make on Twitch or
Yeah,
whatever. Like they tried to
Yeah.
like, okay, well we're gonna maybe heighten up the levels of censorship, but not too much. We still want the nipple slips and the
yeah,
come
it
on,
was
man.
just it was just it made no sense. Like on one hand, they're like, "Hey, it's allowed," and then of course when they said that, everybody and their mom was like, "Okay, we'll find out just how allowed this is."
Hmm.
People were like drawing booties
Example
and
A.
pussies and titties, and then the girls on there half
You
naked.
remember when the ladies were painting themselves just so they could be on Twitch butt ass naked?
Yeah,
Yeah.
walking around implied nudity, standing naked in front of a camera, but cutting it off with their chest, and it's just like,
And
Yo.
now Twitch is like, well, we messed up. No implied nudity now.
Except for under these circumstances. Oh wait, not really. That's not good either. Oh, what are we doing? Oh no, 35% of our force got laid off. Jeez, I wonder how much money that got, lost them. But good old
Terrible.
Twitch. All right. So next up we have Street Fighter versus Mortal Kombat pot
Whew.
turmoil.
Okay, okay.
Hmm.
All right. So,
You want to take this one, Kuroki?
which game do you want to hear the prize for, or the prize pool for?
Let, let's hear the prize pool for Street Fighter 6.
All right. So, first place, you get $1 million. You know what I'm
A
saying?
million
That's
smackaroos.
pretty good. After taxes, you're probably about 700,000. You know what I'm saying? Maybe
Yeah.
more. I don't know. Joe Biden, you might be taking another little extra price cut off of that.
Yep.
Second place is 300,000, which
Ooh.
is
Hold
not
on.
too bad, but that
Hold on. I'm gonna open this up in the browser so everybody can see what
yeah,
what you
please do.
what you're talking about.
I
Because
almost
y'all
forgot.
y'all gotta see this, man. 'Cause this is hilarious.
Yeah, it's
All
crazy.
right, there's one. Where is number two? I forgot I can't do it in Mozilla because reasons.
That's the browser you're using.
Well, for a StreamYard to work properly, I have to use Brave, but I have all my stuff to open automatically through Mozilla, so I have to copy pasta and put it in Brave so I can actually show everybody. Okay. So what you doing first? Street Fighter?
Yeah, we do
All
Street
right.
Fighter. So yeah, that second place is 300 grand, which is not bad. You're still walking away with a little bit more than $250,000. Even I think even after taxes, it should be about that.
Yeah.
Third place goes 200,000. Fourth place 100,000. I think towards the end, like fifth, sixth, or fifth through eighth, I think there's multiple winners, so they have to split that.
Mm.
So either way, you know what I'm saying, you come in fifth to sixth, you got to split them 10 G's,
Yeah, you
and
still
then
get a pretty good cut if yeah, you may have
right,
gotten beat up, but walking away with anywhere from a segment of 10K that's pretty good, I'd
yeah,
say.
it's not bad. And then of course we have seventh and eighth place that will be sharing 7 grand, so it's a good 3,500 apiece.
Yeah, so this is not Mortal Kombat. This is Street Fighter 6.
The Street Fighter
That's a
6.
lot of that's a lot of money, man.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
and it just kind of goes to show like how much the how much Capcom is putting into their fighting game community for them to have events like this, so they can have big prize pools and stuff. Because I think what is it, Punk? There have been a few tournaments since then, but I think he walked away with over 100,000 at one of the recent
Yep.
tournaments.
Yeah.
Like,
Fuck, I'm trying to remember which one it was. I don't. It wasn't last year's Capcom Cup, but it was some other pro competition that he was a part of.
yeah, yeah, he walked away of some pretty heavy pockets for Street Fighter.
Young Punk.
So
Yeah.
y'all ready for the amount that Mortal Kombat is giving away, bro?
Mortal
Let's
Kombat.
get it.
All right, hold on.
Yeah,
Before you say
let's see
that,
it.
Mortal Kombat
Yeah.
has outsold Street Fighter 6, mind you. Mortal Kombat is probably the most profitable Mortal Kombat in the franchise at this point. I believe.
Absolutely.
If it isn't, it's damn close. So let's look at the Mortal Kombat numbers.
Ooh.
Okay, so a lot to unpack here.
All right, so standing in the first place, we have a $30,000 prize pool, which probably wouldn't cover much of your trip, especially what it also depends on where the hell the damn place is gonna be. If you got to travel across the sea and then have to board and do all the all the amenities and stuff just to make yourself comfortable over there. You talking about a good 10 G's just to do that. You know what I'm
This is
saying? You're
before
not
taxes
really
hit.
making profit. And exactly. So 30K is, I mean, just to kick all those people's asses in the tournaments, you gonna give me 30K
And so you gotta understand, 30K. That is like the equivalent of between fifth and sixth place
in
for
Street
Street
Fighter.
Fighter.
Yep. I don't even know what Tekken's prize pool is. Actually, that was the one I was meaning to pull up. I'm not even sure if Bandai even released how much their prize pools are going to be for Tekken World Tour this year.
Well, I think it's gonna be substantial because I remember it was either last year or the year before people were kind of being picky about Tekken World Tour numbers not being that high. But
Yeah.
ever since Gamers 8 announced the Saudi Arabia Cup thing, like they're really trying to push esports in a big way. So it's almost guaranteed that just because of Gamers 8 alone, like the numbers are going up because they're trying to turn this into like a real spectacle.
However, I will say this: Tekken World Tour in 23. Uh, I don't. Y'all can't see this. This is the one picture I don't have currently sent to Josh, but first place is 50K, so it's around the same amount for Mortal Kombat now. Mind you, this was the Tekken 7 could have done better with his prize pools, but it was not raking in as much money as Mortal Kombat 1 on release date. And pre-order sales were pretty high. Everybody thought this game was gonna be so hype, and sure enough, now that the dust is settled, everybody's like, okay, well, this game is kind of cheap, but so is the prize pools. What the fuck's the problem here?
Yeah. And
Man, they better take that money. The Mortal Kombat players.
yeah, see, like to be
Hey,
fair, yeah, to be fair, I wouldn't mind 30K. I mean,
I wouldn't mind
30K
it
is
either.
30K.
If I won 30K, shoot, to me, that's a lot of money.
But
You
like
know.
like
But
Josh said, that's fifth and sixth place. That's prize
yeah,
pool for those people.
So well, go ahead, Josh.
well, like the problem really stems from, of course, we don't have an issue with it because, look, man, 30K, get that fuck out of here. I'm down for uppercut folks for $30,000, but I can understand why the Mortal Kombat uh, community feels quite slighted when they see numbers like 100,000 for their for a Street Fighter,
I mean, this
because
is
the
their
thing that's
livelihood,
making
you know.
people yeah, because the thing that's making people go, scratch their heads, it's like, okay, so we know for the numbers are in. Mortal
Right.
Kombat 1 has done fantastically in terms of like sales. And everyone's kind of, moved to the direction of, hey, in order for fighting games to maintain this level of, healthy turnout, the tournaments have to be rewarding. And Street Fighter's cashing in. Tekken seemingly, I don't know, we don't know for sure, but just you know, just to kind of guesstimate, they're going to be cashing in. Why isn't NetherRealms and uh Mortal Kombat cashing in when we know they have the money, especially when it's not looking too good for the game from WB's standpoint because the game has been suffering from balancing issues and lack of updates or the whole roadmap. There's been a number of things that I've heard people say that they're not very pleased with the life cycle of Mortal Kombat 1.
So I got two issues. Two issues. First of all, Mortal Kombat is not an international game like Street Fighter. Street Fighter, Tekken, the King of Fighters are all international games. So when these World Tour happens, people come from Africa, they come from Korea, China, the Philippines, the U.S.,
Japan.
Japan. Like the scope of the competition between these games are different. Like we were just talking about, before we started streaming, Mortal Kombat is banned in certain countries. And if I
Hmm.
just
Yeah.
had to guess, it's probably banned in a lot of countries.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
So
and not just the ones we know about like
Uh,
Japan and
The
Australia.
Eastern
yeah, I'm pretty
Hemisphere is just really not with it. You know what
yeah,
I
I'm
mean?
pretty
It's really a
sure it's
Western
banned in
culture thing.
yeah, exactly. And I'm pretty sure it's probably banned in Korea too.
Mm,
So the prize pools for MK and these other games are not going to be the same. Like the scope and scale is different, you
Right.
know. So you can't really, judge or compare the two prize pools between the two games or whatever games. And my second issue is why do people always expect these companies to carry the game, right? I always
mm.
hear this every time a new game come out. It's like, oh, well, these companies have to put so much money so players will play or come out and keep the game going. When it should be just the community itself that keeps these games going. Like the players should be the people who are driving these games and making people interested in or throwing tournaments for these stuff. Because like once you start putting corporations into these tournaments, it becomes esports.
Yeah,
You know,
Evo got bought out by Sony.
yeah, and esports kind of like always likes to try to swallow the grassroots of
Yep.
like whatever game it is. So I don't like when people do that. It's like it should be the community of players that drives these games to keep going. Have fun, play the game. It's not all about prize pools and money. I know
I
there are
mean,
pro
honestly, that's
players.
how Melee stayed alive all these years because of that reason.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Marvel versus Capcom 2, the same thing.
yeah. It's like certain prize pools. It don't matter. Just play the game. It's like, and then there's only so many people that are actually good enough to even win these prize pools. I would say maybe 2% of the
Of the
community
entire, yeah.
of the entire community can even win this money. Like
I mean,
really,
I will say though, like if you are like a competitor and you were invited out, by the Tekken people or like the Street Fighter people, what I'm saying? Like they would basically, they're not really accommodating you, what I'm saying? They're just inviting you out. You still have to pay your entrance fee. You still got to travel out there. You know what I'm saying? But you as a competitor, you want to because that's gonna be a fun experience for you, of course. But at the same time, like it's got to also be worth your money too. And this is why a lot of competitive pro players are now on YouTube recording videos and playing with their friends because traveling is
See,
strenuous and it's not worth the money sometimes.
see here's I agree with Herbert on this front because what this is showing is that people aren't really interested in Mortal Kombat being a good, fun game to just be played for the sake of playing because they love Mortal Kombat. What what he's saying is like when it comes to genuine interest in a game, you shouldn't like money shouldn't be your only motivation. It should be that you like the game and you want the game to be fun like back in the day because back then before esports turned into this whole thing, which in my opinion is a net negative overall, but that's just me. Back when for example, Street Fighter 4 for me, the local scene for Street Fighter 4 here was fantastic. It was the most fun I could have ever had, and I couldn't make it out to every event, but the few times where I came out, it was fun. There was always some good competition, and there was always a place for you to learn. Same thing with Tekken 6. So this is before it got all mainstream and global, blah blah blah, and a lot of tournaments were just kind of held at people's houses and maybe a venue if someone was lucky enough to get it,
I remember
and
the
that was
days,
all
man,
you
when
really needed.
CRTs. Old
Yeah,
CRTs and having all these chairs and big ass tables out with multiple screens being played.
yeah, because
yeah,
like you sacrifice a lot of that for this whole global scene thing, and it's just like for the Mortal Kombat to potentially fail because of a lack of financial backing from corporations and tournaments just kind of shows that it hasn't been about Mortal Kombat for a long
yeah.
time.
People don't really care in the first place. It's
Yeah,
like, come on, and like you were saying, like goddamn Melee has been going on forever. I would have
Refuses
thought
exactly.
to
that game.
die.
I would have thought that game would have died so long ago.
It's
But
actually
like you said,
being played more than Ultimate. Let's just put it that way.
Man, like the player base from Melee is like amazing. Is crazy.
Have you
And
heard of Slippy?
I've heard the name before, but I
Slippy
don't know
is
exactly
a
what it is.
now rollback netcode 60 FPS modified version of Smash Melee that allows online play.
That's
So now
crazy.
Yeah.
people can run matches and record their stuff. They actually have profiles online that shows your wins, your losses, your frame
That's
data, everything.
that's crazy. That's
and
crazy.
and that's what the power of the the grassroots community goes. Because like Melee was so strong and wouldn't die, Nintendo had to try to kill it, and they
Yeah.
still couldn't do it. And it's just
Still
like
couldn't do it.
that is true dedication right there, and that's kind of what I yearn for, just for the fighting game community overall. And now it's just gotten, because it's so big and inclusive. There's so many other things that people complain and bitch about that has nothing to do with the game, and you could tell it's kind of getting under the skin of some people. 'Cause I think recently Harada had to tell this one person on Twitter to go fuck
Oh
himself.
yeah,
All that
Yeah, because
racist shit.
yeah, make
yeah.
racist accusations, and it's just like, and this is what happens when your game becomes for everybody, and it's not just for the people it's meant
Yep.
for.
Yeah,
So it's
Harada's like, I like making characters because I like making characters. I don't give a fuck about whatever you got to talk about right now.
and yeah, and what's like super crazy is to me, Tekken created the most iconic black character ever in Eddie.
Raven and
Like
Eddie,
people,
yeah,
people recognize Eddie who don't even play the game.
bro, that's my
You
yep,
know,
character. Josh will tell you. Shit, Ty will tell you too.
yep.
like
Eddie
he's like,
Gordo.
I play Eddie
yeah,
all the time. That's my
my
shit.
my stepdad, who's over 50 years old, knows who Eddie Gordo is.
Oh man, hell yeah.
Yeah, and that's something you can't take away from Tekken, and a it's sad how people will try that, and it's like, this is like, we just got to a point to where gaming has expanded too much. This is why I always say make gaming niche again, because gaming can't be for everybody, because you start pulling in undesirables who want
Nah,
to make it all
overall, good
about them.
conversation, bro. I would say this, man. Like, nah, I totally understand where both y'all are coming from because at the end of the day, like, if you're not enjoying the game you're playing, then you're not really enjoying yourself. You're not having fun.
Yeah,
At that point,
Billy.
why are you even doing it?
Yeah, Billy
Exactly,
Donuts. Billy Donuts. I couldn't have
exactly.
said it better myself. Gaming is for anyone that wants it, not everyone. Clear distinction there, but hey, we'll get
Yeah,
there one day.
Gaming is
But
yeah,
about learning something, bro. Like you can't make it a learning experience. I think that's what people have forgotten. Like for me, fighting games became a way to relieve the stress. One, I got bad carpal tunnel, so I have to deal with that. But I've learned how to train myself to still learn the game. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
not only have I expanded my horizon like into these new games, but I play a lot of old retro stuff like Breakers Revenge and the Jackie Chan fight game.
yeah,
There's a lot of cool shit out there, man. So Shaolin versus Wu Tang. If y'all never even heard that one before, that's a good one to play if y'all ain't
yeah,
tried that.
yeah.
This is crazy. This is actually my return back to YouTube technically, so I appreciate Josh for bringing me back out, man. This is my 5-year anniversary of being on YouTube.
Hey, that's what's up.
Um,
yeah, no problem, man. It's just,
That's
now
what's
that
up.
you're back, you got to get to work. Just like good friend
yeah.
H3 here.
Oh, don't bring me into it. No.
You're already here, man. You got work to do, man. We got content to make, money to make, and communities, fellowships to build. We
Yeah,
gotta
man.
get on this work, man. Get
Yeah,
on
we
this
gotta
work.
see. Now, with that said, I think the MK community need to get to work because
Of course,
their
I agree.
their community must be trash if they got to rely on Warner Brothers to float their community or their game. So
That's
there
true.
might be something with their community that's like off. So hopefully they can get together and build their community up to where they don't have to rely on WB to save them and bail them out.
And they kind of have been. There was a story I don't remember, but they did have their own local, not a local, but their own grassroots, so to speak, tournament where their pot was up to I think 10 or 15,000.
That's pretty
So
good.
it can be done. They just need to stop focusing so much on like their contemporaries like Street Fighters. Like okay, cool, good for them. They get to have their $1 million tournament over in the desert, whatever. Fine, but we like our game here, and we don't need to be esports because Mortal Kombat, as much as it's trying to be esports, it really can't because of the nature of the game. But I'm pretty sure there are plenty of players who understand that, who are focusing on that and aren't swayed by the whole lack of support from WB. Because why would you want support from them anyway? They can't even make fucking good movies. But
So
You
yeah,
ain't lying.
Brian D, I think Eddie is gonna come. Eddie or Christie. Like you can't have a Tekken without those capos.
I don't
And
know if
so
you're
yeah,
gonna go.
one of them got to be in. Like sooner or later, they
It's got to
coming.
be Eddie, man.
yeah.
They're gonna
It's gonna
redesign
be.
Eddie. They're gonna give him a fresh cut. I swear to you, bro. He's gonna come back cleaner than ever, bro. You ain't never seen this man like this before.
Yeah,
Yeah, he gonna be
I
looking
believe in
too
Harada,
clean.
bro. He's one
yeah.
of the
Brian
realest.
D.
He's one of the realest fucking fighting game developers out there.
Man, you the only realist. You
Brian
Well,
lost
D.
that Agaki.
the
Yep.
Akira developers are pretty good too.
Yeah.
Akira, the fighting EX layer guys, they pretty cool.
Yeah.
Mm.
But Brian D. Man, like you said, you only play one Eddie player in all of 2003. You must have not been playing enough Tekken, man.
I know, man. Like
Oh,
I barely played Tekken, and I ran across a few Eddies fucking slippery kicking my ass. I'm like, yeah, I forgot why I turned this shit off, man. I don't feel like
nah,
dealing
Eddie's
with
classic,
this
man. He be back.
character, though.
He
Hey,
back.
did you see the Panda trailer?
Dude. I'm so
Shit.
sick. I'm so tired of these fucking trailers. It's like, why y'all? Where's Elisa? Why y'all just showing all these whack
All right.
fucking characters? You trying to make
Hey,
folks
well,
think my
hold on,
character
wait,
whack?
wait. So Kuma with the rocket tuna, bro. Like,
Don't give a. It's fucking bears, dude. Like these are
I
hey,
like
loved
bro,
the
it.
I'll
most
see you. I'll see
annoying,
you in
most
verses, bro.
unplayed, most unplayed character. Brian D. You
We
got
gonna
Eddie got
parsec,
cut
bro.
because no
Swear
one
to God.
plays him online. Rangchu is the only human in the planet that uses the
And I
bears.
respect that motherfucker to the day I die.
So those
Hey,
like, hey, I will never buy the whole not enough people play these characters. You keep putting the
I
fucking
love
bears in the
Kuma.
game.
I love
Like,
Kuma. I
nah,
don't give
dude.
a
Hey, that's fine. You can love the stupid fucking bear, but that can't be the reason why they keep showing up, man. It's like, fuck
Okay,
out of
maybe
here,
one of
dude.
them.
You gonna
Maybe
make
not
me buy
two.
Armor King twice? Fuck you.
so
Hey,
Like,
I
Dark Armor King and regular Armor
mm,
King.
so the Bears have been in every Tekken though, right?
No, actually, I don't think
no,
so.
wasn't. Didn't they show up in like 4 or 5 or something? I don't know
No,
if they were in three.
No,
I think
Kuma
that
was
might have
in
been like
Tekken
in one
2.
or two.
Kuma was
One or
in
Yeah,
two.
2.
but not consistently though. Have they?
Tekken 3. No, Tekken 3 was Roger and Gon, the little dinosaur and shit.
I could swear Kuma was in all of them.
I don't,
I had to.
mm,
We had to research.
Yeah,
Somebody
regardless,
fact check.
it's still bullshit. Cause like I remember Gerardo like nobody wants Lei Wulong. It's like
oh hell
nobody.
no! Come on,
You're
man.
like you guys have the fucking numbers, and nobody plays these fucking bears. That's why
Lei
whatever.
Wulong, bro. Come on, that's classic.
All right, Cross says they're in every game, so
I'm
I'll
telling
take
you.
your word
Okay,
for it, Cross.
I'm telling you.
Still
Every game.
whatever.
I
I
haven't
don't
played
care.
one in a while, but
Hey, listen. The Bears are like the Machine. They have to be in every game.
hey, but I give Harada this though. What they did for Kuma, like the fact that Heihachi's dead, and he's like paying respects to his friend. That's just kind of cool. He's wearing the gi, he's got the headband. Like I respect how he changed up Kuma a little bit from Panda, so they don't have the exact same play style.
Yeah, but
So I mean, that's
probably.
that's good
Oh,
creativity.
yeah.
Well, still whack as fuck anyway. But
I see you on the
anyway,
battlefield.
my only thing is like, look, dude, like you just showed off whack ass Shaheen, you just showed off these stupid ass bears. Where's
Shaheen.
Elisa? like,
Where
like,
actually, where's
is
old man
are you?
Boskonovich?
well, no, then we're not even gonna do that, man. So we know she's in the game. We've seen all the characters already, and I'm like,
We've seen her entire move list.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. It's like, okay, well, whatever. I don't even know why I'm complaining. But
she's gonna be in the
I'm
So
game.
spoiled yesterday. What's up, man? Welcome to the stream. But yeah, so whatever. The fucking Bears are in. Whoop de fucking do. Anyway, speaking of like stupid decisions by companies, so this one right here is really aggravating, but not surprising, because it is almost like it's like that. Every day there has to be the sun rises, right? It's predictable as sunset. Capcom has a tradition of reaching such a good point only to fuck it up intentionally. So I have a let's see, go over here.
Hmm.
Where is it at?
I like the title, Josh. It's a good title.
I mean, that's the only way to describe it, because it's one of those things, like, it doesn't make sense. Like, why would you do this? So we're
I'm
gonna
curious.
all right. So apparently, this is alleged, which it seems true. Capcom has started to add DRM Enigma Protector to their back catalog of games. The DRM prevents modding, no cheat engine, fair enough, reduces performance up to 10 to 15 frames per second, causes stuttering.
Wow.
This is the problem with
What?
DRM. And this is the reason why people like myself and Cross, are advocates for pirating.
Yep.
Because the only people this is going to hurt is anyone who paid money for the game. DRM hurts the game's integrity. It causes too much significant bloat that gets in the way with the executable or whatever, that causes problems with the game's performance.
So
And
what is DRM again?
digital rights management.
Okay.
And it's their way of protecting the blah blah blah. And the thing is that makes no sense is that they're going back to add it in their back catalog of games,
They
which
also
means,
added anti-cheat software into it as well.
yeah. And the thing is, it's like that makes sense. Like, it's still stupid for them to do, but it makes sense to do that for a new release, because you want to stop people from downloading it early, I guess, so you can get as many. Again, the whole reason behind it makes no sense, but that's the excuse they use for justifying DRM. But it doesn't make sense to add it into your back catalog of games that have been here for a while, because what has been reported here, this is in a Steam thread, where they say, hey, anti-debugger tamper measures in the exe wasn't present prior to the update. Likely it's an oversight. Yeah, they're speculating as to what happened, because when this got reintroduced to the game, it broke shit like their mods, because mods are like files that modify certain files in the game's folder. But whenever they add stuff like this, it has the potential to break the game's files, which means the mods no longer work. So the Capcom game I play the most is uh, Monster Hunter. I have a metric buttload of mods in Monster Hunter, and if for whatever reason they do that shit to this game and fuck it up, I'm done. There's no, like, Monster Hunter Wilds. Don't give a fuck, because this is one of those things where Capcom is going back and doing this for no reason, but they're using an excuse to justify doing it. And the real reason is, and we know what the real reason is. So recently, Capcom had a crossover event, right, with Spy X Family or something. I'm
Yeah.
sure you
Street
guys
Fighter
have heard of
6.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So of course, in typical Capcom fashion, they botched it. Everyone's like, "Yeah, this shit looks kind of whack. It's not what it's not what they were expecting." And the costumes look like trash, right? So what they're doing, let me pull up the whatchamacall. Here we go. So this is Capcom's collaboration with this anime. I haven't seen this anime. I don't know anything about it.
I've seen it. It's pretty funny. I enjoy it.
Okay, so this is yikes. But this is essentially what it is. It is a collaboration where
Ooh,
characters just get access to the skin of the character or something, and this is over jury,
what
which
is this crossover shit? Her face looks so weird.
well, and that's what
So
people
wait,
are.
is that a created character?
Well,
Yeah, I think
you
it's an
know how in
avatar.
a yeah, you know how in Street Fighter Six there's like the avatar lobby where you can create your own character and run around and do all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yikes, that looks bad. Did you see
Mm-mm.
that?
You know what? This is not the first time they do this. This is not the first time they
Dude,
do this. Dude, they did the same thing with Baki. You remember the anime Baki? They did a
do you see that?
crossover. They did a crossover with Street Fighter, and the oh my god, the customization for the avatar, like they tell you to put in a special code, and that's how Baki's supposed to look in Street Fighter 6, and it looks
And
terrible.
he looks horrible. He looks like this. You see her face down here? That looks
Can,
like
can,
a
can you
Tengu
pull that
mask.
picture up, Josh? We
I
need
don't
a
think I could.
confirmation.
So
My poor
I don't think
boy.
I could.
Oh my
I don't
god,
think
here
I
it's a
could.
nightmare.
here's my understanding. Like, so use you can only use the costume with avatars.
Right.
Yeah, it's not like it's not a costume that goes over a character. It is a costume that goes specifically for your avatar and avatar fighter, whatever the fuck.
Not
So
like
this is
Street
going.
Fighter Five with crossover costumes. You remember how Street Fighter Five had crossover costumes, and you could just you could put them on all. Like Ibuki had her like Monster Hunter outfit, and Ken had a Dante outfit. Like you could
Yeah.
unlock all this shit through the little missions and stuff like that they gave you every week. And then yeah, they went from this to what we have now.
Yeah, and the thing that the reason why the timing in this is so significant is because remember like a while ago in one of our previous episodes where I went over an article that said Capcom said the mods were like cheating and blah blah blah, and it
Yeah.
was in reaction to the nude mod of Chun Li.
Yeah, I
Oh my
remember
god.
that.
And so the reason why this coming up right now is so significant is because Capcom really wants this is their greed phase. Whenever they started getting the goodwill of the gamers that they lost initially by doing dumb shit, once they started getting it back by doing a good job, like they made Monster Hunter, which was good, Street Fighter Six overall positive. They've been doing pretty good, but once they start getting a big head, they get greedy. So instead of, they don't want to compete with mods because mods are free, they cost nothing, and chances are the mods are better. Now,
Yeah.
the past few controversies that Capcom had was the price DLC for the Ninja Turtles, which looked like shit, cost way too much money, and now they're doing it again with this Spy Family crossover where this stuff costs like probably $7, not worth it for just a fucking costume for whatever part of the game mode this is, and the costume doesn't even look that good compared to what people who can mod the game would do.
Yeah.
So this is their way of trying to like choke any
Yeah.
competition by
It's
doing
like,
stuff like this.
well, you guys can't mod your characters, but we can give you these little pieces of clothing to mod your character for $7.99.
Yeah, through
Oh
our
man,
methods.
Yeah.
yo, that reminds me. How come we didn't even bring that up, bro? The Ninja Turtles costumes that were $15 a piece. So if you wanted all of them, that's $60 for all of them.
Yeah, and I'm just like, of course, none of this bothered me because I'm like, I don't even play. Like, I got Street Fighter Six, played it for a
Like I
little
won't
bit, and I
buy
was
it.
like, I mean, it's a solid game. It's not a bad game by any means.
Nah,
It's
Street
just
Fighter Six is
saying,
good, but I won't buy the bullshit. That's what I meant. Like I
well,
have the game
yeah,
physical.
and it is hard to justify with prices like that. And I'm like, with prices like that, no wonder people fucking mod the game. Why would you?
Absolutely.
Billy Donuts,
Yeah.
no. No. No
Yes,
Billy
Billy
Donuts.
Donuts. Yes.
Baby,
Yes.
No.
More of that. Because this is the only way we can tell these people to go fuck themselves instead of charging us up the ass for
Our matey,
objectively
you take
trash garbage.
you take games for free, boy.
Well, and I'm with you, Cross. Bought the game, trying to support them, but then just typical Capcom. When they start doing too good, they get a big head, and it's just like, man, what's the best way I could just ruin all of the goodwill I had to work so hard to get back that I caused myself to lose in the first place. It's like this is a
You
this is a
know,
game.
that's why I appreciate GOG. Like the way those games don't have no DRM whatsoever in them. Which I appreciate. They're non-DRM games. Actually, just I've had my account now for about a year. I collected quite a few free games but I haven't even really bought anything on the platform.
Well, and
But
that's the thing that like you have to just spend your money wisely or pirate. Because
yeah,
it's like, look, I want to support these games, but I'm not going to support your right to fuck me afterwards. Because that's not fair. Like, if you're going to shove DRM into my shit after I bought it, then we're back to what we were talking about last time. So it's a mess, man. It's no bueno.
no, yeah, it is.
Got something flying in here. All right. Well, we covered the Twitch layoffs, Capcom self-deleting, Mortal Kombat. So this one right here is one that it doesn't hurt me too bad because I've already kind of given up on the prospects of a new game or anything of value coming from Sony ever. So because they've been doing a good job of proving that that's just not going to happen. But let's go right here. Gravity Rush. Now, for those of you who are not familiar, Gravity Rush was a PS Vita, or I think it was on PSP. No, it was on Vita. It was a PS Vita exclusive way back when the Vita was like a viable handheld before Sony just decided to not support it. It was a really good game. Matter of fact, here, let me show you what it is. Gravity Rush. Fantastic game. Really a one of a kind game that I really I like it a lot. It is a damn good game.
Yeah, I've always seen part two in stores, but you know, never really played it before.
Yep. I'll move this over to the side. By Japan Studio, who is defunct now, by the way. They don't exist anymore. Which
Dang.
means you're not gonna see a game that's good coming from Sony anytime soon.
That's a lot of apples. Yeah.
It's a cool trailer so far.
It is.
Hey, it looks like my cat.
I would go out and buy a Vita just for this game.
Can't you get it on? I think I can get it on PlayStation 4.
Yep, you can. The remastered version.
And I can get 2 as well. I think.
Go anywhere.
I actually never played these games before, but I've always been curious about them.
Yeah,
Me
it's a
too.
lot of fun. It's a very unique game. There's no game like this.
No, this looks pretty insane. Isn't there a 2B costume that you can put onto? It's like a crossover outfit in one of the games.
I'm not too sure. Experience it all on the PlayStation 4. But this was originally on the PlayStation Vita.
On the Vita, yeah.
Yeah. So that's Gravity Rush. As people who are a fan of Gravity Rush are like, yo, this shit's tight. Give me more Gravity Rush. We got a sequel. Good sequel. Damn good sequel. So naturally, you would think that PlayStation would treat this game with some level of dignity and respect, right?
Oh my goodness.
Of course, Josh. Of course they would. They would do something like that.
Come on,
Treat it
that's
with
the only
dignity and
honorable thing to
respect.
do, bro.
They got to.
They got to, bro.
Ew!
Oh my goodness! What is this?
That's not the same game.
That's not even Gravity Rush, bro. That's the Sims Rush.
Hold
Now,
on.
That look
now,
like a Sims character, bro. What the fuck is that?
now, hold on. To be fair, it is
No.
very possible that this is early pre-alpha render,
What is this?
whatever the
Unreal
fuck.
5?
So
Ain't no
this
way, bro.
is these screens are from a. All right, I'll just go ahead and show it to you. This is from a video from Sony called "Realizing Vision." So we're gonna play a portion of this. Now, if you'll see down here, the like to dislike is very significant. We're not being biggest cross.
Oh man.
Hold on.
So
I need to see the game in motion.
now
Maybe there was
this is
Stop being
supposed to
big and
be a
see.
TV show.
Oh, it's a TV show.
Come on,
Yeah.
Cross. We're
Wait,
not
hold
being
on.
bigots. We're
So
just
this is
being,
not a game. This is
objective.
Now,
a
Japan
TV show.
Studio is gone. They're not making any more games. But what Sony is choosing to do is instead of making another game, which thank God they're not. I mean, this is bad, but it could have been worse. But Sony is they want to get into the movieification of their game IPs. I'm sure you heard of God of War getting a Netflix or some type of series like that.
Fucking Last of Us,
And
same thing. Fuck.
yeah, there you go. So this is the trailer or whatever.
Torchlight started because I was trying to find a way that filmmakers could iterate and be creative without the pressure that is
So
created
is this
by
live
the normal
action
filmmaking
or is it
process.
3D? It
Torchlight
looks
is fortunate
3D, right?
enough to work with
think it might be
Sony Pictures
both.
and
Both.
Sony Tokyo. They have a partnership with Epic, which runs the Unreal Engine. So Torchlight was created
Unreal Engine,
entirely
dude.
for the needs of the creators.
Traditionally, pre-production has been a very
Really?
slow process. Whereas at Torchlight, filmmakers come in and find new ideas instantaneously using performance capture, virtual cameras,
Gravity Rush didn't
photogrammetry
need
tools,
Unreal.
all of the latest pre-production technologies with their own hands.
As opposed to a traditional pipeline, Torchlight was built to have the ability to do all of these different disciplines concurrently.
A filmmaker can have any kind of storytelling environment that they can imagine, hold the tools themselves, and in real time, watch their imagination come to life.
It's cool. And when they leave the space, they have their whole sequence figured out.
Action.
They could really own the authorship of their projects. Recently, we had Jake Kasdan creating shots in our volume.
We are looking for a little bit of enhancement to an action sequence. We come in here and do a preliminary mapping of the scene with a live camera, with animation, and shoot it like it's an actual movie. It's an invaluable tool.
Torchlight has a volume space that allows people to track cameras, humans, or props. So we have a shoulder rig, a handheld rig, a jib that can also act as a crane. We have a slider that represents a dolly. And if the tool doesn't exist,
Let me
we
see
can
the
create
damn
it.
film.
There's a lot of cross collaboration on tools. Your possibilities are endless.
Let's say they're going to shoot a car commercial, right? We found this canyon road up in Angeles National Forest. We took satellite data, converted it to something useful that Unreal can actually understand, and it became one-to-one, actually what the space looks like. We can spend seconds in Unreal to just change the lighting, change the camera, change the blocking of the scene.
So that's
no
how they're
nonsense,
doing this.
no noise. We
These
get a lot of work done.
environments.
Everyone on
See,
our
like-
team works one-on-one with the filmmakers when they come through.
Cheating.
Our goal is to make sure the filmmakers feel really
Back in the day, they had to
comfortable
craft all
just
that shit
being
by
creative
hand.
and playing around and using the technology as a tool and not a barrier. We collaborate across different departments of Sony. So we've worked with Sony Pictures Animation
man,
and
that just
ImageWorks.
don't
We are
look
working
right.
with animation, marketing, television, PlayStation. Torchlight is a place.
I
where all
don't
these
like when
various
they have to make
divisions of
everything so
Sony can
goddamn
come
cinematic.
and
Let Gravity
experiment.
Rush tell
We're
its
also
own
a
fucking
field
story.
testing
You don't
ground
see,
for Sony.
well, not yet at least, but Legend of Zelda probably gonna end up becoming the same thing, with the movie and shit that they're gonna be coming out with. I don't know, bro. Like, intellectual properties now went from being like especially for gaming, it was a respective thing to that culture of that platform. Now everything's either got to be a movie, then it's got to be uh fuck, we got video games, tie-in films, tie-in movies, multiverses. You know what I'm saying? And over time, like the
Yeah,
joy.
and you notice, like, I told you about this. Yeah, because like I told you about this before, her the movieification of gaming, and what does that do? It brings in all these fucking hippie, ugly ass ponytail do bun wearing motherfuckers who come in here with their my vision and my creativity, my outlet. Stop making video games. Just like Cross said, we can't make games no more, but we can make propagandized movies where we sit
Mm-hmm.
here and shove the message in your face about diversity and being a fucking
Yeah,
fag and all this other shit.
and
And it's
see,
like, ugh,
yeah, and see what it was just hitting on. The Zelda movie, like Nintendo is fighting for that not to be woke. Like I was watching, I don't know if you watch Doomcock, but I was
yeah,
watching his video, and Sony they want Nintendo or whoever the company is. I think it's Sony that's probably making the movie, but they want Nintendo to have all of this woke stuff in the new Zelda film, and they were talking about having Zelda be the main character instead of Link.
yep,
So
yeah, and this
it's
is
always
this.
bad whenever these games go to like movies and TVs and TV shows and things like that because it always turns out like crap, man, all the time.
Every time, because like they're too busy like trying to push a narrative and propaganda rather than just make a good story or a good movie or something good. Period. Because years ago, back when gaming was like niche, and we really wanted to see stuff like a Sonic the Hedgehog movie or a Tekken movie. Remember that? uh,
Oh my god! And
like
Street Fighter at that.
yeah, because it became a meme eventually. But
Yeah.
the problem is now it's like, oh, now you get isn't this what you guys wanted for the past 20 years?
Well, the
Like,
thing is, like, I think games have become more like movies, right? So they're becoming more like movies now, to where like it's easier to see them adapted into like live action now. I think,
yeah,
You know what's
instead of
worse
making.
is anime
Yeah, go
is
ahead.
becoming the same way, man. If you look on
Yeah.
Netflix, everything's becoming live action.
Oh man, I
They
forgot.
got the
So
Death Notes and Yu Yu
Death
Hakusho,
Note, Yu Yu
Cowboy
Hakusho,
Bebop. How much more of my
Cowboy
childhood are
Bebop.
they trying to
Oh,
ruin right now,
there was
bro?
Lupin the Third too. There was Lupin the
Lupin the
Third.
Third?
One Piece.
Yeah,
Yep.
Lupin is on there.
No.
One Piece. Uh,
I know about Bleach. That was
yeah,
horrible, by the
Bleach.
way. Absolutely horrid, bro. What the fuck is that?
But
Of course it was.
but yeah, like it is getting bad. You're right.
He said John Claude Van Damme, Street Fighter's the goat. Yeah, if you
So
like,
so here's the thing with Street Fighter the movie, it's so bad that it's good.
it's a guilty
Like
pleasure, and it
yeah,
wasn't meant
it's
to
so
be
bad
It's
that.
that it's
cheesy.
good.
Because like I do like it, but I would rather have that than this. Because at
Of
least back
course.
then, of
They were
course.
having fun with it, honestly. You
And
could
then
tell there
like
was
John Claude, this guy can't speak no fucking English, playing the most American character in Street Fighter. I'm like, that's so. What was it? 90s? Like, yeah. But it's still that's the state. That's the state of it, and that's why I said before, dude. It's like no, gaming has to become niche again because like these people are so they're such vacuous pieces of shit who have no talent. So all they do is take they can only take what's already established and then inject their whatever into it in order to push it. And because gaming is so mainstream now, there's going to be a lot of people who fall for the take the bait. Holy shit, they're making a Zelda movie. I remember Zelda. And then they're gonna go there. It's gonna make $1 billion, and the cycle's gonna start all over again. It's very rarely will we end up with something like Sonic, where I think his name is Josh Fowler. He was like, "No, I this is my dream. I'm making this movie." He fought for Sonic. And the reason why he managed to get away with it was because when the studio was like, "We got to make Sonic ugly as fuck," and he was like, "This isn't gonna work." And then they dropped that trailer, and everybody was like, "Yo, what the fuck is wrong with Sonic? It's just dead on
Hey,
dead on arrival."
even Sega came out. Japan, they talk shit about it, but they did it the polite way. It was like, oh, this ain't it here.
Yep,
This is not it.
and then they had to patch the movie.
Hey, Cross, we won't get
Damn, you can
a
patch movies these days. That's why I got the Snyder cut and the Ayers cut for
yeah.
BVS.
Yep,
I mean, not BVS. The Justice League
Justice League.
movie.
Yep.
Yeah.
We
So
got three different versions, bro.
we won't get a Street Fighter 2 animated movie or like a Street Fighter Alpha,
Oh man,
movie ever again. The
good
Street
luck.
Fighter
Yeah.
Alpha, the Street Fighter Alpha movie was dope.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah. Boy, I'm glad someone remember Sega pulled the original trailer down, but somebody like, no, you never forget. you go, you go remember this trailer. 'Cause I remember when I first saw it, I was just like, it's over. There's
Yeah, I
nothing.
was like, man, that's terrible. It is
But thinking
terrible.
back on it, like oh, that was 4 years ago. I was
Bro.
really because I was working at this mall. I was doing I was cleaning the mall overnight, and I saw it early in the morning, and I was like, man, this was back when I was like, oh, I still have something for Sonic. There's still something there. He hurt me, but I still have something for my boy. I saw that trailer. I was like, just kill the fucking bastard. Just put him down, man.
Hey, my favorite thing
Uh,
when that happened, man, the community just came out the woodworks, man. The community came together like crazy and start doing the edits themselves for the
yep.
video. Oh man, it's like, okay, this is so crazy here.
I remember that because people like I think somebody said it was like, "Yo, man, I have never seen no one ever defended their shit as this much as like Sonic fans did, and Sonic fans started something special because
Yeah,
It's
they
crazy.
before,
did. The memes was really going AWOL all over the place. That's
It
for
was
sure,
going super hard.
bro.
Super
That
hard.
that shit was like that's kind of like scary, just as bad as Sonic the Hedgehog, right? Remember the memes of Sonic?
yeah, I mean, but it was so good. Like he even put him in the movie. He was just like, "Look, man, like you remember I don't know if you saw it, but that old man was like, I promise I saw it. I took
Yeah.
a picture." It was sad.
Hey, that was like one of the best parts in that movie.
Yeah, and it's like stuff like that is great, like
Hey,
because like you
speaking
can
of the
tell the
Sonic
director was a
community,
real fan.
the Sonic
Yeah.
community is eating good right now with Sonic Superstars. By the way, that shit went on sale for like $15 just recently. I went to go buy it. Hey,
Okay.
yeah, it's good, man. Like the co-op, it brings back that couch co-op and especially now instead of just one or two people, it's all four players at the same time. So
Oh, yeah.
That sounds pretty dope.
Oh, whoops.
it's
But
a good party game.
man, I ain't gonna lie to you. That was a special time in history. Just like with the whole "He Will Not Divide Us." Like the amount of unification for doing certain shit, like that's one of a kind. But
Mhm.
just for old time's sake, I'll just look at it right quick.
Oh no.
Because
Oh no.
somebody got put it in there as a
Bron D
old
said they
old
should have
versus
left
new.
Techno in Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, that old techno music. Oh man.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat definitely should have kept that. And of course, they're like real traditional, like gritty, Shaolin style music. That's what they were good
Yeah.
at, man. Making those really interesting songs. Oh hell no!
Oh man.
Ooh.
Oh hell, man!
Hey.
Yo, his legs, bro. Like he got the worst chicken legs I've ever seen, bro.
And the only thing that saved this trailer at the time was Jim Carrey. He was the only good thing about it. And I was
Yeah.
like, this movie's gonna suck, but I'll see it for Jim. But they did the right thing, changing that design.
I do like that Jim Carrey is getting fatter and fatter as the movies progress. In the second one, he's even chunkier than he is here.
Yeah.
So by the third movie, we
Oh my
probably
God.
expecting him to be the Robotnik we remember. But I mean,
Yeah. He looks so
oh my goodness,
Bro,
just the
I feel like
Uh,
I can make
that's
that
some
at
uncanny
home on my
valley shit
computer.
right there. They
yeah.
made him too
And
human-like, man.
you could tell like the studios were the main cause of that, because there's no way in hell anyone who likes Sonic would be like, oh yeah, let's just make him look realistic. Like, oh boy. Oh man.
They gave him like human eyes instead of his big Sonic eyes.
Yep. And it's like, yeah, a Sonic movie can work, but whew,
Oh my
they
goodness, bro!
You know, that looks worse than what I remember.
it
Yes,
This is
bro.
does,
Why
crazy.
does it look worse?
because it was
Oh,
that bad.
my
And I think,
eyes.
from a realism.
I had to cover my cat's eyes too because I didn't want him to see that blasphemy. Just no, you know what I'm
Yeah, that's
saying?
the thing. That was a good movie though. That was a
It
really
was.
good movie.
It was.
No, yeah, the final product was definitely good. I think the second
Yeah.
one actually did even better too because they just hyped it up even more with Knuckles.
Boy. Sonic looked
Yeah.
like a possum or something. He didn't look like
Yeah,
a hedgehog. Well, it was a possum.
a
Yeah, I
very
know,
scrawny
man.
possum at that, bro.
I know, and Billy Donuts. I know, and then they had to use the Coolio song. And you know the funny
What?
thing
I don't
is,
Yeah.
understand that one. Why they do
Yeah,
that?
it's
dude.
terrible.
All right, so dude, it was a long
It's all
time ago. I don't know
walking
if y'all
together,
remember, but like
together.
the YouTube meta back in the day for like Sonic fags was like, hey, just put like a random AMV together with a bunch of Sonic music. And one of the most popular songs, like 10 plus years ago, was Gangsters in Paradise.
What?
Yes, like it really was. Cause like I remember, cause like when I first saw that, I was like, no. Cause I was like, okay, this is a troll. It has to be. Cause this is too specific. But this guy, and he came back, like it was an old YouTube channel. I have to find it. But he had made a Sonic AMV with Gangsters in Paradise. And when
What?
that trailer dropped, he had came back. He was like, "So by the way, my name is Thanos. I can see the future." he was taking credit for all that shit.
Yeah,
And
that's funny.
it was really funny because I remembered that because like back then, like I thought it was lame back then, but it was kind of cool because he put in scenes from Sonic and Shadow the Hedgehog. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a stupid video, but it was pretty cool. So yeah, there's a few
Just like
scenes that,
I did it all. I'm the inspiration for everything.
yeah, it's just like man, what happened, bro? But that was funny.
Oh man. Gotta love it. You gotta love it.
Yep, nothing screams Sonic like Coolio. Like, oh my goodness, you have got to be kidding me.
Been spending most of my life in the gangsta paradise.
I know, dude.
While
Like,
Sonic is running at the speed of light, like he should be having his old Sonic DX music or any of the other fucking sounds that they put over the years, bro. They could have just done Green Hill Valley for all I give a fuck.
I think I found it. I think I found it.
Oh no.
It's 8 years ago. Was this it? I don't think this was it, but I think it might be well, it could be. Hold on. Nah, that ain't it. It
Oh
looks just
Lord.
like the rest of them, but
Well,
I'll find it
it
later.
looks just like the rest of them.
Yeah, because it was just it was the thing
Oh
that people
my
did. Just
god.
like anime AMVs, they put like some what Green Day music in the background.
Yeah.
Ah, this is it.
Oh no.
It's like see, this is just 17 years old.
God damn.
Now I would
I
say this.
feel
I would
I
say
feel
this. If they
old.
put that OG Coolio music in there, they should have waited for the Shadow sequel so that Shadow actually uses guns. You know what I'm
Billy,
saying? So you know what I'm saying? They
Billy,
they,
I'm
they should have
sorry.
waited for that one, for that film, part 3, when
Oh,
Shadow come
here we
out
go.
blasting. You feel me?
Billy, I'm sorry, man. I have to. Like this is a
Oh,
part
here
of
we go.
internet history. Look at this, just 17
Here we
years
go.
old. And right here, he's like 12 years from now, there will be a live action Sonic movie based on my video.
Oh my goodness! Look how long ago that
Yeah,
was.
because this is the guy. I remember his name, the Mentalk.
Wow. And you still got a like on that shit. Oh, that music
So
video.
I know.
So he posted that 16 years ago.
Yes. This is like it said 17 years ago right here.
Yeah.
Sonic
Wow.
AMV Gangster's Paradise.
And that comment says 16 years, right?
Yeah, because he had commented after they dropped the first trailer. That's why he came
Okay.
back and said this. Because like if you scroll through all these replies, people are like, "You got to be fucking." He's like, "Dude, it took me forever to find my password to get in this old account. And it's just so I can say this shit." Well, hold on, man.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
This is
And
real.
it's actually good. It goes with the fucking music, bro.
Ooh, that's so
No
ugly.
motherfucking way right now.
Hey, that's so ugly. Oh my god.
Oh man.
Wow, bro. What the fuck is this? But I like it though. I actually like it. See, that's the
You got some Sonic X in there.
With the DVD player label down there.
I know, right? The time at the top left.
damn, bro. I remember this used to be streaming on local TV, bro. This is before streaming. This was the best. Oh shit, there's Shadow right there. I was right there to go use this Shadow clip.
All right, that's enough. I ain't gonna do the whole thing. But yeah, this was pretty significant, man. Like back when this shit happened, folks were like, "Dude, I was like 15 years old when this shit came out. You got to be shitting me!" Like, nope.
Man, that's crazy.
Oh man, they hated
17
Jesus
years
because he
ago.
told the truth. Oh man. Yeah, but you know, like I said, way back then, I thought this shit was whack, but it was like I really liked Sonic then, so I was like, yeah, you know, why not?
Terrible. Absolutely terrible.
What you mean, Herb? This is the best thing that YouTube has given us.
Oh my god.
The
That's why
cringe.
Josh liked it.
The cringe.
Absolutely cringe.
That's why Josh liked the video, man. That's how you know it's cool.
Yeah, dude, like this was like a big deal because like I remember when I thought about it, I was like, yeah, because at first I couldn't remember it immediately, but when I started seeing people talk about it, I was like, that's got to be the same video because he was the only one that had the most views on it back then, way back then. But for some reason, he was like, yep, and then these folks decided to make a trailer with that song. Like whoever's idea that was, they were playing a mean joke on those executives. She's like, trust me, Gangsta's Paradise and Sonic, this is definitely what the kids want.
He won.
That's exactly what we want.
I seen a YouTube video with this music.
Yeah, and that video had like over 100,000 views. I mean, that's got to say something. Man.
We're gonna make a movie for the kids of this age with a song in the trailer from the '90s when they weren't even born to know that song.
Yeah, Sonic's hip.
It's gonna work out because the parents gonna take them.
Yep, we're cool. We're dynamite.
Yeah, we're dynamite.
I'm down. I get jiggy with it.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm hip. I'm cool with the hipsters. Down with the coolios and the hipsters.
Yeah, with the what's his name? Cisco.
Cisco.
With the True Heels. The True Heel and the
The kids are like, who the fuck are these people? But well, I think that covers all of our topics today. Unless y'all got something else to add.
Nope.
If y'all, I don't know. I mean, if y'all feel like y'all want to do the Switch one, we could do a quick little chat about that one before we end it for today.
What was that? The Switch 2 potential Switch 2?
Yeah, apparently the Switch 2 is gonna have about 12 gigabytes of RAM in it, and it's gonna have DLSS 3.1.
Wait, you said the Switch 2?
Yep, there's a rumor going around right now that, and this there's also there was something I had read a while back saying that Switch games are actually starting to be less printed. They're starting to run out on store shelves, and it's because there's supposed to be some kind of business ploy that Nintendo's doing to push
Oh
the
yeah,
next Switch.
yeah. They only print out so many copies, so they can keep the value of the games high.
Which I think
Right.
is fair. You know,
So
I mean that's
apparently, Switch 2 is gonna have 4K. At
oh
least,
no, it's
but
not.
every con.
No, it's not.
I'm just, what you, Josh. Come on, man. Come on, man. I mean, no, I read it too, and I was like, come on, really,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, but it's like what? I'm nothing against Nintendo. There's got to be these fucking people reporting on these. Like, dude, 4K on a handheld. Stop it. Stop. The most you gonna get is 1080p, dude. Like, and you shouldn't even go for that. Like, but anyway, aside from that, the potential for a Switch 2, it's about time. I mean, the Switch has been out for a long little while, like going on 8 years, I believe, 7 or 8 years.
Yeah, the OLED
So
was kind of the mid-generation release, so it's
yeah,
about that time.
yeah, and I'm with you too, Billy Donuts. Don't believe in rumors regarding Nintendo consoles because they're usually way the fuck off, or they don't get substantial until right before the console drops. But
It's always funny to listen to the just to read the goofy shit, just because a lot of these people that write these posts, these articles and stuff like that, they're Switch enthusiasts. They're locked in with Nintendo at some rate. You know what I mean? So I don't know. To
So the
me,
well,
they're
Nintendo
always going to be
fanboys.
praising Nintendo's. Yeah,
well,
they're diehard Nintendo fans.
my thing is, if there's gonna be a Switch 2, look no further than the Steam Deck in terms of like upgraded potential. The Steam Deck
Oh yeah,
is as far as you're gonna get that, and I think it's another handheld PC, Lenovo something. But they're pretty much along the same lines. Like mobile mobile gaming is capped at a certain frame rate, battery life, and display. You can't have all of them because if your display is at 1080p and you have a high refresh rate, your battery ain't gonna last nothing but an hour, hour and a half, maybe two
yeah,
on a
not
good day.
maybe.
Because yeah, so I'm
And the
like
battery's
if
gonna deteriorate over time too, so you gotta think about that too.
yeah. Yeah, so if Nintendo's really considering like a Switch 2, because my thing is like they probably won't even go for like a handheld, to be honest. Because Nintendo's they've always been like the innovators when it came to the consoles. No, none of their consoles are like the last one in any real
Mm,
capacity.
I mean,
Because
the
you have
Wii,
the
yeah, even the Wii and the Wii U was different. Both of them are completely different,
yeah,
actually.
the Wii U was just a test bench for the Switch, and
Yeah,
the GameCube was like the test bench for the Wii, and so on and so forth. So I could see the next generation Nintendo console probably not even being a handheld or a mobile. They probably go back to the console format where you plug it into your TV. Because the thing with the Switch, I could see the Switch kind of being the thing that replaces their Nintendo DS to some degree because they were kind of competing with themselves, even though not really, but technically. I
Yeah.
could see them switching to a more traditional console format for the next system, whatever it is. I just think jumping to Switch 2 is a little too presumptuous, especially with the Steam Deck being what it is. Like Steam Deck
that's
exists.
a big competitor right now. Yeah,
Well, it's not a competitor at all, but I just don't see Nintendo going for that twice. Like let's make a
I
stronger
just mean
Switch.
in what the Steam Deck offers is far more than what whatever a Switch or Switch 2 is offering. You know what I mean? Like you have access to the mods. You can go outside and do emulation on a Steam Deck. You can do pretty
Yeah,
much
but
anything you want with it.
true, but Switch, like Nintendo, they're first party. They don't care about any of that stuff. Like even if they were to make even if they were to make a stronger Switch 2 that's like the Steam Deck in terms of power utility, you wouldn't be able to do all that stuff because Nintendo only cares about their first party games and whatever they want to keep you in the Switch ecosystem or
Yeah.
Nintendo rather.
That's what I was about to say. They're kind of like in a world of their own, off in a
Right.
distance.
Yeah, they're not gonna make a PC.
Nintendo's always been a world apart from everybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It makes
which I think
sense, you know
is
what I mean?
yeah,
They
which is
stay in
one of
their
their
own lane.
strengths. Yeah, that works for them because they're still making hella money. They're outperforming Xbox and Sony at every step. And
Billy
just like Billy
Donut says,
Donut
I
said,
remember when Fanboy. Oh, sorry, my bad. Go ahead.
oh yeah, you about to say it, but
Yeah,
they
I
were
was saying
sure
Billy
about the
Donut
Switch
said, I
Pro.
remember when fanboys were so sure about the Switch Pro, but I mean, the OLED is basically a Switch Pro. To be honest
Well,
with you, I think that's as far as you're
well,
gonna get with the Switch
not
for the
even
next
because
one.
like when they were thinking of the Switch Pro, they were pretty much they were trying to claim something on the lines of the Steam Deck. And like even back then, it's just like Nintendo never made any moves, said anything close to about upgrading the power of the Switch because they don't have to. The
Yeah.
Nintendo people are gonna buy it regardless. They don't care if Legend of Zelda runs at 3 frames per second. Like they're gonna play it on the Switch.
Of
So I
course,
mean,
of
it's
course.
like like they gotta. Nintendo knows their fan base very well,
You're
and
always gonna
so
have your diehard consumers for Nintendo, man. There's
yeah,
no doubt about that.
yeah, they've been carrying them this long. They ain't about to drop them now. Like, oh, they made another Switch that's underpowered. I don't care as long as I get another Zelda, another Metroid, another Mario,
Well,
another Smash Bros.
I'm not
Nintendo,
interested in the
yeah,
Switch 2,
Nintendo
honestly.
is the family console. That's the
Yeah,
family console.
yeah. Nintendo know what they about. They ain't gotta pretend to be anything else. And I love them for it. I used to criticize them, but now that I've seen how things turned out for the PlayStation and the Xbox, Nintendo is the only game console that can still be called a game console. The rest of these like
Well,
wannabe.
I love my PS4.
Yeah, sure.
I do.
Yeah, for now. Why don't you get the PS4 Pro Station 4?
Nope. All I need is my regular
PlayStation 4.
PS4. I don't need shit else.
I got the PS4 Pro, and yeah, I'm not even going into buying a PS5. I'm not really going into the Switch 2 or anything. I'm actually investing in getting myself a good PC. So
Well, that's a smart thing to do because there's no point on a PlayStation or Xbox console these days. They're just busted wannabe PCs.
I also need it for
Nope.
for my line of work and shit. I can't be editing footage at 720 my whole life. I definitely want to at least update the 1080p. You know what I'm saying, by the end of the year. You feel me? But
Yeah.
thankfully, my PS4 Pro does record at that. So until then, until I do get my PC started, I can start recording at a higher frame rate, higher fidelity. So
Like
looking forward to that.
my relationship with my PC is complicated. It don't work some days and don't want to work other days. So
Damn
I
it,
turn
Windows.
the PS4. I turn that
Stop
Because
trying to
PS4 right
make us
on.
cloud. Hey, we got that.
yeah,
We
that's
getting that cloud Windows already, bro.
nah, man. You just lazy, Herbert.
Nope.
You don't want to put in the effort required to maintenance and manage a PC.
No, you forgot money too. I don't want to put in the money.
The maintenance to manage a PC. That's what I said.
Hey, I ain't gotta manage or maintenance nothing on that PS4. The PS4 cut on with no maintenance,
I mean,
no
technically,
extra
you do have
money.
to clean out the cache a little bit. You know what I'm
Nope,
saying, Brent?
I don't
Clean
even do
out the
that
hard
shit.
drive a little bit.
I don't do
Yeah,
that
that's
shit either. That shit just dusty.
No,
It's
I
been
will
dusty,
say,
just as dusty since the first day I got it. Hey, and it's still cut on just fine.
yeah,
yep,
Ain't
yeah,
did
that's
nothing.
true.
until that day when it
Till the
don't, then
wheels
you're gonna be
fall off, huh?
looking like a sucker. But
Uh,
you're gonna turn on beep 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 beep. You're like, no.
No. I would feel like my child died.
You hold it in your arms. Why? Guess I'll get
Oh,
that
baby.
PS5 now.
Nope, I'm gonna go out and get another PS4.
Not even a pro, just the regular PS4.
Not even a pro. Just regular PS4.
PS4 again. I bet you that jump be screaming when you play Armored Core. It's like,
Oh
boss,
shit!
put me down, boss. I
Gonna
can't
sound like
do
a
it.
jet. Mm.
I can't render all these explosions, man. Come on.
Oh man. Well, you guys got any more topics, or is that all you got for today?
I think that'll wrap it up for today. I want to get. I still got some work to do on my brand new distribution that I loaded up on my mini PC. Nobara. I wanna mess around with that for a little bit
Mm,
because I'm gonna load that up on my Steam Deck next just to test it out. It's another Linux distribution that's
okay.
specifically tailored for video games.
Okay.
Okay. I might have to, test that out with you, man. So when you
Yeah.
get a good solid build in there, let me know.
Okay. I'll let y'all have that one. I don't know if I'm gonna be touching that.
No, it'll work for you, Herbert. Like it just play video games. You ain't got to worry about none of the hard
Play video
PC
games.
stuff.
You say that now, Josh, but wait until I
Nah,
get it. It's always something always happens. It always happens.
nah,
But you
nah.
gotta do something extra. A
I
file
mean,
didn't get
so far his
extracted.
Linux
Something.
platform is working really good for him. So,
I mean, everything I'm doing it on it right now. This is my Linux
I
computer, and this job
I can kind of
is
trust that right now. He's doing
fabulous.
good.
Linux is it's work, but man, the payout, the rewards are so nice. But you just have to be willing.
I go to work every day. I don't want to come home and work.
I can't help you,
Come
man.
over and fight my PC to cut on. No, I will not.
Yes, you
Be
will.
screaming at your
You
PC for
ain't gonna
3
have a
hours.
choice, man. You ain't gonna
Maybe
have a
later.
choice.
Maybe later down the line. I'll fight, but not now.
But yep. Like I said, I think that'll do it. Everybody, thank you for joining us on this update of Immortal Afro Live. Where we talked about Gravity Rush, Capcom's heel turn, ugh, the FGC debacle. We'll come back at you next week with even more informative stories and articles involving entertainment and gaming. Because, as you know, the gaming sphere does not stop. There's always something. But I am your Mortal Afro Josh. These are my co hosts, H3 The Game, and good old fashioned Kuroki Samurai,
Thank you,
representing
thank
the
you.
Black Temple FGC. Hopefully, one day, I trust you'll have up and running to be a nice alternative to the fake gay commies that we have, commie community that we have now. So
I'm definitely looking forward to making a difference in fighting games, bringing it back to where it originally started for me as a child, all the way up to adulthood. So I want to bring that to the people that are watching my show, and I'm looking forward to 2024 being a huge moment for not just me, but anybody who's a part of my community. Herb, you're welcome to join up and follow the journey.
Oh yeah,
And
definitely.
this year is gonna be big. I mean, shit. I talked with Smug. He actually,
mm,
we actually
no
he's part of the
smuggles.
community. Yeah, Mr. Smug himself. Shout outs to the brother. Um, and as well as Ernesto. Everybody knows him as Button Check, but they're both of them are a part of my community, and honestly, they've been a lot of help over the last few years too. They have a lot more hands-on experience with the FGC, and having all the conversations we talked about. Like they believe the same thing. We have to bring the fighting games back to where it first started. So
Yeah,
I think that's where it needs to stay. Honestly, to
I
keep it
agree.
grounded.
yeah.
I
Back to
agree.
basics, man. Get back to our fundamentals.
Absolutely.
Well said.
Hopefully, something flying in here, man. And that.
We're getting attacked all stream.
I know, man. It's just like, huh. But anyway, well, like I said, folks, thank you for stopping by. Your Immortal Afro Josh. You are watching Immortal Afro Gaming, where we will make gaming niche again. Until next time, peace out and have a good one.
Later, everybody.